Hey, we are live. Hey, y'all. Everybody. We are here on another Wednesday.
Yes, another Wednesday checking in on YouTube and Facebook. If you watching, go ahead and hit that share button for us. I wasn't here last week, y'all, because I was on vacation, but I did want to give a shout out to Charlene. Thank you for coming to fill in for me.
Hey.
I was watching y'all, so y'all did real good. What we talking about this week? This subject came across my thing. Even after you had brought it up, I kept seeing it
Really?
on the timeline, like for real. So I was like, oh, well, she picked the topic that was trending on my timeline.
Or did it start trending? Because you know these
Right.
phones be doing some stuff.
It starts showing you what you got,
start
what you brought
looking up something, talking about something, and the phone just start bringing it to you.
Reading your mind.
Sam's Club been all over my phone today, and I'm like, wait, we was telling Sam's Club at work. Yeah, I'm like,
It
this
do
phone
that.
was recording me.
It does that.
Yeah.
Telling you need to go shopping.
Nah, somebody else at work was telling me they went, and we was talking about it. And then
They're like,
as soon as I went on Facebook, it was Sam's Club ads. I'm like,
Telling you get on there here and get your membership if you ain't already
got
had
one.
it.
No,
We're
I don't
telling you to
wanna
come
go.
spend.
Come spend that
more
money.
Come spend some money.
Cost too much now.
This week
I
we
need
is
small
following.
portions.
They want you to start your holiday shopping.
Right.
Oh, not your holiday.
No,
shopping.
don't
I
push
know
us
y'all
there.
see it in the stores.
Oh, they had
Girl,
Christmas up
They
there.
do
I was
already.
in I was
Christmas,
in Dollar
Thanksgiving,
I was in the Dollar Tree.
No, don't do that.
They had the whole section with
That's
the
my
Christmas
favorite
decorations
holiday.
out.
It's like
but
7
I ain't
holidays
ready
and
yet.
they're lined up already.
Yeah,
I have
Christmas is my
Valentine's
favorite
next
holiday
Mine
to
too,
decorate too, but
to
we ain't there
decorate, but
yet.
I ain't ready.
We ain't there
I'm
yet.
talking about changing again. Ooh, I just told on myself, but yeah.
See? Horrible. All right, we're giving this over to Jen this week. She got us a good topic.
Yeah. We gonna talk about
Hey,
funerals.
everybody.
Hey y'all.
What we talking about, Jen? I ain't hear
We're
you.
gonna talk about how the love is just so much greater, seem as when someone pass away. It's like all of the support, all of the things that you really need
All
from
the
a
love.
person, they give it in your death. And it's like you wasn't even there to witness it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people don't show up no more, but they fly in for a funeral. They
Yeah.
take off work for
Jumping
a
in the
funeral.
casket, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They-
crying too.
They take off work. They get babysitters. They do whatever needs to be done when you're deceased. And it's like, I can't understand it.
Like you said, the attendance is way bigger at your funeral than it'd
Yeah.
ever be at your birthday party, your
Why?
wedding, your
Why?
graduation.
Maybe they feel like they gotta show up for that because ain't nothing else for them
Or
to
a
show
sense
up
of
afterwards.
guiltiness.
Well, I always was told like people show up to show respect.
That's
Mhm.
But to me, I mean, you showing respect for the people still that's living. You not showing respect to the person that's deceased. So you really,
I
it's
get
not
that.
that. You get what I'm
I get
saying?
that,
You
'cause
you
it's not really
showing
for me.
up
I'm
for- It's
gone.
not
For
really
the-
for them. Yeah, you showing up
support for the mother,
for the mother or the
kids,
daughter or the
yeah.
son. Or
Yeah.
that's
True.
who you showing up for. So it's like, why do you only show up in that vulnerability moment? It's like I seen where the people put the price on a wedding. A lot of people didn't understand that. I understand.
I understand that.
because
Weddings
it's
are
like-
expensive.
He said
Wait, what you mean?
they put a price on
They
it.
charge you to come
They
to the
charged.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
charged, I think, like $65. And they did that because they said that's how much the plates cost. So we giving you a show. We giving you a ceremony. We giving you all this. So if you really mess with us and you want to come and celebrate our day, you would pay your $65 for your food. And people didn't show up. Like,
So
So
you would
I
pay
think that is-
$65 for it?
I would pay $65.
I would pay $65.
Why you charging me to come to your wedding?
I'm just saying you would pay.
Well, if it's my
people
loved
paying
one, I'ma show up,
$65
I'ma
for a
support.
shirt.
Maybe they
now
ain't got
when
it
you
right.
dead.
But I'm saying
For a plate
the
of food
wedding
with
you
some drinks.
choosing to have a wedding. So
Mhm.
why I gotta pay to come see it?
Because really,
I
it's
mean,
about not
it's-
showing up. The
it's-
people that don't show up in so many
'Cause they
weddings
waste
that
a lot of
people
money,
waste so
too.
much money.
So don't
People
have a
don't-
wedding.
But people don't respect
Yes, it's about
the
respect.
time
I would,
or
I
the
would pay.
energy or the thought that you
I mean-
put into
I
it.
mean,
though.
I get that, but again, is the wedding. So you giving the wedding for the people, but now
No.
you charging the people to come. Well, if
But
that's
this
the case,
dinner. This
The
not
dinner, the
this the
reception,
dinner.
not
but
the
again,
wedding.
you don't got to have a dinner for your wedding. You could just go to the
So
church.
you don't have to come. So
Right.
I'm
If you
choosing
don't wanna pay,
somewhere that
right.
costs
Yeah, don't
$65
come.
a
Don't
person.
complain about it.
So-
Right.
So
she
don't
didn't
put
care.
it together if you can't afford it.
No,
Well, we're
So-
not saying she can't
no,
afford
no,
it.
listen,
Maybe she just want that
but
money for a
what if
honeymoon
you-
or something
what
like
if you
that.
have a
So
birthday
don't throw
dinner?
no. So don't
If
throw
you
no
have a
dinner.
birthday dinner, you paying for everybody that
So
come to your
I'm
dinner?
Right.
50-50
If
with
I
this, y'all.
throw a birthday dinner, then yes, I'm throwing myself a dinner. But if I'm
That's
saying
your stuff,
come,
but you still telling me to come. I still got to pay
I
for my
gotta pay
plate.
for my food, right?
It's just the same thing.
not
It's a
when I throw
celebration.
not when I throw a party for myself.
You ain't paying for all our food. Well,
If-
a party and a birthday
right.
dinner is different. You
Two
cater
different
it.
things.
That's,
I
yeah,
said
that's
a
something at the
dinner.
house.
Right. So if that's again, so you are throwing a wedding for yourself.
So they
How are
threw
you
away-
charging me
So
to come
I
to
see
something
somebody
that
saying
you're throwing?
$450. So we must be talking about two different
Yeah,
things.
it's a
No, they
different
was
one too
charging
that
So
they was
this
charging.
one was
It's
they
about 2 or 3
they
of them.
dinner.
I'm lost
that-
on who we talking about.
Yeah,
What
we,
happened?
no, we so me.
I
and-
mean,
Are we
I
just
get
talking about
it.
general,
I
or
didn't-
this really happened?
couple
No, a
charged.
couple
A couple
really
did do
charged
it.
for
I don't
that
know how
Okay.
much they
reception.
charged,
couple
but they was
charged for that
understanding that they
reception.
charged
Yeah.
people to come to it. I don't know how much they
To the
charged, but it
reception.
was on TikTok, I think.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
charged to
So-
come to their reception. So
Yeah.
this person is. I seen that too, where they charged $450.
Oh, I
That
see
was
that
something
one.
different. That's because
Okay.
they charge for a bus to take them from. Now that's something different.
And I seen them bill the guests that did not come. If you didn't come to my
Oh, I
reception and
seen
you
something
RSVP,
like that before.
they sent them a
They
bill.
said, and I could understand
I can
that
understand
because
that too. Why would you RSVP?
and I paid
And
for
I paid
you,
for this plate
and
for
then you
you,
didn't
and you
show
said
up.
you were coming,
and you didn't come.
and no life, no explanation.
So
I don't agree on no certain sums. There's no way that anybody can get me. Don't throw the wedding because you run the risk of people not showing up. That's
And it's
just
a
like
risk.
me throwing a party and saying you gotta come. Now, if I'm a party promoter and I'm throwing, that's a different thing. You doing it to make money. But if I am throwing something for myself to
But people do
celebrate
it.
myself,
You
again,
is
I
getting money
understand that
off
people
of it,
do it.
Yeah.
But again, if you can't afford to throw you because you're throwing it for yourself, you're not throwing it for the people. Yeah, you
But how
want
do we
people
know
to
what
come.
they can't?
But
They
this was
can't
the-
afford it. They
but
never
this
said
was
they
the
couldn't afford
dinner
it. They just said they was
portion,
doing
though.
it.
So I totally, I'm 50-50 here, but I totally get what you're saying, and planning a wedding. I understand how much money you put into something.
But
So
not
if
just the
I
wedding.
and this RSVP really bugs my nerves.
Yeah.
It bugs you
When I
so
say it
much
bugs
for
my nerves,
anything.
do not RSVP something that you do not plan to come. And if you do RSVP and something changes, you have to be
The courteous.
be courteous and let me know that you're not coming because you don't know what
And
I
most
spent on it. But
definitely.
I'm not gonna plan a wedding, and I'm not gonna charge my guests to come.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hope that y'all respect me enough to please be at my wedding if I invited you, because you know I put all this effort and money into it. So I'm not gonna charge you to come. But I do get some that
Well,
done
see,
it. I'm
so-
just not.
So
gonna
what
do
I'm
that.
talking about, this was the dinner. This was the
The
dinner.
reception.
They chose to do a plated dinner somewhere. So
Yeah, that's what
everybody
most
had
weddings.
to pay for their own dinner. This didn't have nothing to do with the
Did
wedding.
a lot of
This
people
was
show
coming,
up?
and a lot of people didn't come to
Oh,
the
they did?
dinner.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. But it costs $55 now.
It's
to
more
make
than
the
that.
whole-
It's more than
No,
that.
I'm talking
It's-
about to
I
make
mean,
a
yeah.
whole over T-shirt for
Yeah.
your funeral. It
Yeah.
costs $55.
So people
do it.
choose for what they
Yeah,
want
they
to choose
do-
for.
they
So I
definitely
get what you're
choose.
saying.
and
You
they
don't
support
I get who
it
they wanna
the
support,
most,
yeah.
but they support it the most when you deceased.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's
basically, you
They
getting
gonna
a
send
shirt.
you some food for that. some
Everybody's
socks,
getting a
t-shirt,
plane
yeah.
ticket. They will fly
So-
in from out of town.
what you're
and
saying
fall off
is
work.
the money you spend on me when I'm dead, you definitely could have gave that to me if I asked for it for my
Yeah.
wedding.
Yes,
I agree.
Oh, I get it.
I
I
agree.
get what you're
I mean,
saying.
You don't
It's
think they're
just-
giving it for the wedding?
I don't think no.
Cause no,
Some
if
people
I
do
ask
they
that, they're
wedding
gonna be, oh,
themselves.
I ain't doing that. I ain't
People do they
coming. But I
wedding they
promise you,
whole
if I
self.
die
The
tomorrow,
wedding
she's gonna be the
part is
first
not
person to die on that
expensive.
trip.
The wedding is never expensive. It's the reception.
No.
Your wedding
No,
is
the
expensive.
wedding
So
all
this
of
is
it is
everything is
expensive.
Everything
expensive.
is
That's
expensive.
crazy. So listen,
The
I used to hear that all the
flowers,
time.
the-
That's if
Your
you get-
dress, your flowers, your bridesmaids gotta get certain
Everything.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
You gotta pay your
different.
pastor. You gotta do. It's a lot of
It's a
extra
lot.
stuff. You
That
gotta pay for the
the
building to
ceremony
have
part
the
is not
ceremony.
expensive.
Everything is
Everything
expensive.
is expensive.
And I'm not gonna hold you up. I really felt like reception is more cheaper than the actual wedding.
No.
I did.
It depends
because
on
I'm
how
only
you
paying
do
for you
your
to turn up and
reception.
party.
Okay,
And I
depends
might
on
have
how
a
you do
cash
your
bar.
reception.
It depends on how you
Depends
do
on how
it.
you do your reception.
Because the reception, if you only talking about just the party side of it, we ain't here just turning up with a DJ and the paid
Yeah.
cash bar if I,
I
have
mean,
it
yeah,
not open.
But this is a
So I
perfect
save a lot more
example.
money over there. I ain't gotta get this dress.
This
My
is a
husband got this
perfect
hair and
example
all this
right
extra
here.
stuff.
If you said I'm throwing a fundraiser for my wedding,
Mhm.
if somebody was honest and said I'm throwing a fundraiser for my
They're
wedding,
not gonna support
I
it.
need to sell
Mhm.
dinners for
Mhm.
my wedding. I want to get married, but I don't have the funds.
Mhm.
People are gonna turn
They're
their
gonna
nose up at you.
criticize you. Why
They're
you
gonna
getting
talk
married?
to you crazy.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, "Why are you getting married?" But
Mhm.
you would throw a fundraiser for my funeral, and I'm dead.
Yeah.
I don't know that you frying fish all night.
Exactly.
I don't know that you walking around on the corner selling beans to put me in the ground. But I know who stood up and supported what I was trying to do. If this is what I'm saying that I want to do, I just want to know, why is it
The
okay?
support is there when you're dead.
It's like I just don't understand. But
because they really
right
don't
now,
be,
your kid could be selling popcorn.
They don't be doing it to support you. They be doing it to show.
To show that they was
Show.
there. Fake
To
love.
who
So
you
it's a
showing
fake
it to?
love.
Exactly.
It's a fake support. It's a fake love.
Exactly. And it's a scam to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't. A funeral is to me. I got my own theory with that, but to me, it's a scam. It's a way to rip people off. It's like now you got the repast. It's like a wedding. You got statues of people blowing up.
Yeah.
Everybody got
Yeah.
on shirts.
I do
Flowers all over the place. You done spend $20,000, and then this person, kid, you can't get $20 for their donation. They could be selling popcorn. Don't nobody got $20 for that, but they got $20 to put tables on there. They got all of this. Everybody bringing bottles
And they ain't thinking
in.
about the family after this.
No,
After that,
yes,
they gone
'cause all
home.
that
They
money
gone.
they
They
gave.
don't care about
You
your
don't.
feelings.
That's
no more.
when you should see people.
That's when you should see
You
people.
put all of this energy and focus into the funeral.
Yeah.
Who is the funeral
Y'all
really
ain't worried
for?
about them. Their
The
mental or
funeral is
anything
not
after.
really for the person that passed away.
Yeah.
The funeral is still for the family.
Yeah.
So it's all about what the family want to do when they go overboard. Why do you need a stand-up statue at the door, at the entrance, at 16 of them around the place? Like, all this is a waste of money. But this is what we doing. You get a life insurance policy, $60,000. They want to spend the whole 60.
That's
on the
how that is.
funeral.
No.
Of course, the
I tell my
funeral
husband all the time,
home.
please don't do that to me.
Of
But
course,
again,
the
I
funeral
think-
home is gonna
Or whoever.
Put it on.
also
People
with
show up to be
with
seen
that,
when
I
you're
don't
dead.
think
It's
people
all
are really
clout.
taking it seriously as it relates to funerals and making sure your last wishes are documented. Because again, if you got a life insurance policy and you want to make sure that your kids, again, this is us being grown and
Yep.
having to take care of business. If you want to make sure that your kids is secure, you want to make sure that your loved ones are taken care of in your passing, document that stuff. Write that stuff down. Because then if you got that
And you can do that.
$60,000,
Yep.
we ain't going to get them statues because I want to make sure my kids is taken care of, or I want to make sure my mama good. So I'm
That's why a lot
telling
of
you
people
what
say
to
things
do.
Yes. Get
Like
your
my mama
advance
has
directives
been,
in
my
order,
mama
get
has
all
been
of that in
very
order.
clear. She's been very clear about what's to be done. We ain't doing none of that.
I'm very clear.
We
and
ain't
I'm
doing
young,
none of that.
but I've always been
But how-
very clear.
But how many of us are really clear? See, we not really clear. And
But a lot
then-
of us don't think about death because
It's-
it don't
that's
fall
my
on
point.
us. We dead and it fall on everybody else that's around you. And they making the decisions.
But if you really care about, like you said they ain't looking out for the family, they ain't looking out for the kids. But if you yourself want to make sure that your family is good and that your kids is good, you gonna take care of business before God call your number.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
And that's what we got to do as adults. But we're
Right.
not thinking about that.
We don't think about that when we're young.
I was just
No,
talking about the
we
other
don't.
day. You do got to think about that ahead of time. And people always think you die old. That's never
It's-
been the
you
case.
die
At
any
all.
age.
They're
It's never
dying
been the
young.
case.
You
They're
die
passing away
any
before their
age now.
parents.
I
And
don't want
now
people eating at my
GoFundMe,
funeral. Only
it's
my
like-
immediate family, period. Don't eat here. Get up and go.
It's like the
Bestie.
GoFundMe is the way now. You know, I understand like things happen.
Things happen for sure before you
But
got yourself
now
together.
it's like we so aware of what's happening and how often it's happening. So it's like, why not take the 13? You can get a $5,000 one for $7.
And that'll pay for just your funeral.
and that'll
that's
just pay
fine.
for your
And
funeral.
you got to worry
That's
about
all
nobody
you
doing that
need.
part.
But that's not what we doing.
No.
We paying for everything else. And then when we die, we leaving it for our families to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing exactly what they want to, getting you a statue and getting you a $10,000 casket with 50 pictures on it and bury
And that's
you in
crazy
your
how
Rolex.
much all that stuff costs.
Yeah, I mean, but look how much the funerals change. Look how expensive a funeral costs. If you don't know, it's very
I know my
expensive.
cousin said
Very
she did
expensive.
17,000 for her son.
It's very
I'm like,
expensive.
$17,000,
very
and then
expensive
the
for a
next
funeral.
week in our community, $17,000 is hard to come by in our community where we
Definitely.
come from.
We ain't seen that for a
So,
long time again.
To come up with
To just have it in your hand.
$17,000 and
Yes.
spend that to a funeral home, to me, is insane. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But
I'm-
think,
I'm
and then
not.
when you think about, like you said,
I'm
that's
not
like
doing it.
so many people that came up with that, right? So if I put out there right now, y'all, that I am interested in doing X, Y, and Z, are y'all gonna come up with that money for me real fast? No,
For
because I'm
your
not dead,
funeral?
right?
Somebody
say?
said what?
Just
Stand me
stand
up
me
on
up so I can scare the hell out of everybody that's there showing that fake.
crazy.
I'm definitely gonna be scared. And that's
It's
funerals
just-
like that. Y'all saw that?
I mean, they do
driving
crazy
cars,
stuff.
standing
I
up.
saw
I don't
that
go to
crazy
funerals.
stuff.
Scary
Why?
stuff.
I don't
But,
like
but
going
you
to
know
funerals.
why
I don't
they
go to
allowing
funerals.
you to do all that?
Why?
To get your money.
That's
It's
crazy.
a scam. Everything is to take your money. If you got a $50,000 policy, that funeral man director
It's
gonna
gonna
sit in
spend
that
it.
chair and spend every dollar.
Because
He
he
gonna
gonna
tell
keep
you,
offering
oh,
everything
you
there
need
is.
8 cars.
'Cause
Why do you
everything-
need 8
I'm
cars?
walking in.
Because
This is what I
again,
asked for.
that's
This
their
is what I
business
need. Don't
though.
tell me
That's
no.
their
their
business.
It's a business.
Now, if we want to come there and spit, so that's just like you going shopping. Like they gonna try to upsell you because that's their
Exactly.
business. They trying to get
That
their
don't mean you have to
commission.
buy it.
That don't mean you got to buy it. It's the same
Exactly.
thing with the funeral home. He might show you caskets ranging from 500 to 15,000.
But that's all
That
about
don't
your
mean
mentality.
that
You
don't
like,
mean
I
you
want my
gotta
baby
go
to
in
go
there.
out with the best. I want them to have on the Burberry. I want them to have shoes.
It
to
all
match,
goes
and
back
all
to
that's
your.
going in
It
the
all
trash.
goes back to here.
Yeah.
To
To
there.
To
mental.
our
Come on
mental
now.
How you gonna
capacity.
be in a
Because
hole?
TikTok, I mean, a chokehold, ordering all kind of stuff. That
If-
don't mean I had to buy it.
if
It's
you-
just
That's
coming
all.
on. It's just
Exactly.
strolling.
he
I'm not.
passed.
I'm not.
He in
That's why the
Burberry
obedient
for
enough
what?
to get.
Like, it's insane.
It is.
But
and
it's only our community though.
Yeah.
It's
sad.
our community. It's what we waste money. But the funeral is the number one. Like pictures all over the casket now. You know how much that costs?
I want
That's a $20,000 casket.
We birds. We doing the birds.
we doing all
those
this now.
100 a piece, I think.
Now,
or more.
when somebody make it to 90, 100, it's a celebration.
Yeah, that's-
You can let off the doves. You can put grandma on the big dress and send her out like the queen she is.
Mhm.
But when our kids out here doing all of these crazy things, like that lady made that
I
statement,
like that her status. She was like, my son ain't
her
do
son
right.
been
I
living a
saw
horrible
that.
life,
I
and
saw
she
that.
like,
She
I
was
don't
like,
need
I'm not-
nobody
yeah,
to tell me what kind of life my son
saw
been
that.
living.
I still loved him.
I
He
still
made bad
loved him.
decisions.
He made bad
She
decisions.
said,
Still was
lies,
my
bitch.
baby.
And she wasn't doing all that.
Yeah.
It's no need.
I ain't never been no funeral, no live
They
bands and
are
make
doing
sure.
it.
They are doing
They
it.
are doing
They
it.
are doing
I just
it.
saw a funeral on TikTok. They had cheerleaders. They was holding
Shut
the
up.
casket in Detroit.
Wow.
Yes.
Y'all
they
know we do.
cheered on
Y'all
the
know we
side.
be doing the
They-
most out here.
Like
I've
we
never
do
seen
the
no
most.
stuff like
That's
that.
why
we do too
What
much.
they say, that's why the proms
do
be
too
going
much.
crazy.
I
But
know
that's-
we got
But
the
I
birthday
rather
carriages.
them do that for a prom.
Then
Celebrate
me
your
being-
child.
then me being
Celebrate
dead.
your child.
Then you celebrating
Yes.
$10,000 on your kid when they dead.
Oh, they judge you for that
And
too.
they
Well, why
don't
you
know
doing that for prime?
that
She didn't
you
even
did
graduate college because it's my money,
and
and
you
this
can do
is what
you
I
want
wanted to do with it.
Yes.
I
I'd
got-
rather you do
I
that.
got mixed emotions on that one too.
I mean, some of
A lot
that's
of people
dumb.
do.
Some of it is dumb.
I
but
think our community is we do what we do again, like we said before, for likes and showing off, and we not really doing it for the right reason. Because again, I'm not gonna say you shouldn't spend them on them if they not going to college, because college ain't for everybody. But I'm sorry, if that child barely got through high school, I'm sorry, she don't need no she or he don't need no $10,000-$15,000 prom. I'm sorry, you're gonna go to prom because you should be celebrated for prom, but I'm not spending $10,000-$15,000 if you could barely make it out of high school. Because what are we celebrating?
I do feel like if we're gonna do our kids like that, I think you need to pay attention to your own pockets before you just.
That's what I was just
Definitely.
about to
Your
say.
own
There's no
pockets.
reason I
Because-
should be giving you $15,000 for prom if you're not going to college. I ain't even went to college. I don't even have a life insurance. You ain't got a car.
It
I'm late on
depends
car payment.
individually.
My bills
though.
due next month,
See,
but we
right,
did
that's the
all of
thing.
this
We put
because I
everything in a
love you,
box.
but I don't have to show you I love
We-
you with
we
this
put everything in a
$40,000
box
dress.
because
You do not.
It's not.
10,000 to you may only be 500.
But that's why I
to
said-
somebody
Yeah,
else.
That's why I said
you
it-
can't
it
count
counts your
nobody's
pocket.
pockets.
What
They
they
don't
do
judge nobody because
for they
it's
kids
for their
for
kids
prom.
at all.
That's
But
what
you
I
gonna do
just
what they
said.
want.
It
You
goes
can't-
down to your
with
pockets.
prom, you can't really put nothing on that because
So
you do have people that go broke
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
do what they can't do,
I mean,
but that's
yeah, 'cause
called
I
keeping
gotta
up with
do this
somebody
shit.
else. But
Right.
you have some people who
That's why I'm happy I
prepare
got one girl.
and
that-
save
Right.
and do what they need to do to make sure they kid have what they want.
But if we're being honest, how many of us in our community is really doing that? And again,
And it's still gonna touch a nerve.
It's still gonna touch
It's
a
still
nerve.
gonna touch a
But then
nerve.
we the ones always need help. And
That's what I'm
again,
talking
not to say we shouldn't need help, but this was all over TikTok. All of other ethnicities for prom was real basic.
Always.
Was
always.
real
My daughter go to
basic.
school with a basic
Yeah.
need, so she don't have to
Meanwhile-
go crazy.
Meanwhile, we
Yeah.
going out, but then 2 weeks you see the same person who just spent that $15K talk
Need
about how they
$20.
can't pay they can't pay this
Yeah.
bill. They
And
can't
I
pay
think
that
that's
rent.
crazy.
That
If I can't pay
That's
something, I ain't putting it on
And so-
social media.
And so that's what I'm saying.
That was
You
my
know what I'm
whole
saying?
point.
That's
Like
so
I don't.
stupid.
It's fine.
If
Go
you
all
got
out
it,
if
got
you can do so.
Yeah.
Even if you
Right.
even if
Yeah.
you want to save up and do so. I just think it's
Definitely.
ridiculous
It's-
if
but
you
it's
do it
about
all of that and you call your uncle
gotta
tomorrow,
have
like you
your
got
and you need to
$100.
borrow something. Now
It
you
just
slow.
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then
If
it takes
anything, make a
village,
fundraiser
too.
if you want to make some money. Do it. It does. It takes a village.
Yeah,
So
it takes
start
a
selling
village.
dinners if you want to do something extra to add it. Don't go broke.
But
I
I'd
just
rather
don't
them
think it's
do it
necessary.
for their child for prom, is
Than
what
for the
I'm saying,
funeral.
than if they die.
Because they can't see that.
They don't
gon-
know.
won't
So it's
what
like,
that-
why are we putting all of these things when somebody's deceased? I don't
So
understand.
do
Yes.
it for a good celebration, not like you. Even though they say a home
Show up for
is a
people while they are
celebration.
alive.
Amen.
Show
No.
up for them while they
Give
alive.
me my flowers.
Show up.
while
Give me
I'm
my
alive.
flowers while I'm
Show up
here,
for
yeah.
them. Like it's no way
Mhm.
a grandparent or this person is having something. My grandmother I'm gonna put it out there. She just celebrated her 80th birthday
Amen.
Amen.
on Sunday.
Happy birthday,
80th
Grandma.
birthday. She turned 80, and half of her grandkids didn't show up.
That's
And it's
another
like,
thing.
That's
how
sad.
do you not? But when she died, oh baby, they gonna be there lined up, and I'm gonna be looking at them slow. Yep, I said it right here live on the air, looking at you slow,
And I agree.
because
Like,
now you're here. She don't know you here.
Yeah.
She would have knew you was there if you was hugging on her and loving on her while she was dancing and wobbling and doing all that. You created those memories. Coming and speaking on what happened when you died 20 years ago. Oh, 10 years ago, I was at, what about grandma's house last week?
yeah.
What about
right.
grandma's house next week? What
Yeah.
about grandma's house up leading into that? We always want to go back to childhoods. Every time at a funeral,
A long
when
story
somebody
ago,
come
like,
up and
what
say
happened
10
recently?
remarks, it's
Mhm.
always, well, 20 years
Years
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay, where is the people at that was there yesterday? Them people ain't up.
Period.
But you
They
know
wasn't
what?
there.
It's hard to speak because sometimes it's hard to speak up there for them funerals.
I mean, it is,
I-
but
I
I'm
never
just
could do it.
saying
You
But I
that
get what you're saying.
those
Hey, don't-
are the ones that like to jump and show.
Those
Like,
be the ones all
But
over the
that's-
casket too.
Yeah,
The
like-
No.
guilty ones, and that's why I'll go.
okay, they might
They
be
no,
mourning.
'cause no.
You can
That's
mourn,
fine, but no.
but the
No.
extraness
No.
from funerals is just gone way
So what would
beyond.
you say is the extra? Like, what's the grieving part? Like, I don't know if we can say it's extra because some
Well,
people
no, I don't know
emotions
how-
just
Oh no,
people
I'm
grieve
talking
is
about
different.
going
Yeah,
up
I
there
don't know
talking.
how they
I
grieving.
can't talk about nobody grieving because
Okay.
you could grieve
Yeah,
for 10
you
years,
grieve for
12
however long
years.
you want to.
Y'all might have had a falling
We
out,
talking
and
about
you
the
might
show
feel.
at
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking
Show,
about
the extra show.
the
Okay.
extra show. We spending
money,
all of
okay.
this
Mhm.
extra money on things that's unnecessary. Like put that money into if they kid need help or they mother need help or start a foundation or something that's gonna bring. We don't do things like that.
Mhm.
It's a
Other
lot of stuff that
cultures
we don't do.
Do that. We spend the money on shirts,
Mhm.
bottles. Everybody
And a
coming
lot
in
of
with a
people
bottle.
don't even like you coming to the funerals with them t-shirts on because people don't
I
dress
don't.
up no more. Why aren't
They
you dressed
don't.
up?
Why do you think it's okay to come
Some
to your grandma's
jeans.
funeral with a t-shirt and some jeans on and
With
some
gym
leggings?
shoes and leggings,
Like,
or some
it-
booty shorts.
It's insane.
Oh, I
like,
seen a whole see-through dress like a couple years ago. I went to a funeral.
see what I'm saying?
Girl.
Bra was
It's like
showing.
it's no respect because
But that's how
the
they go to
funeral
church too.
is not just a funeral no more. It's who gonna be there. I need to
Mhm.
see what's going on,
Right.
who dressed, who. It's not
being
it's,
nosy. They went there for
Yes,
support.
it's
for
to
real.
be nosy.
So, like you said, your whole point about this is people not showing up for each other now, but they would
And they
definitely
gonna
be
show
there
up for you when you dead.
It's gonna continue to
And
be
the
that way.
support is sad. It's a lot of things
Yes, it's
somebody
a
can be
fashion
doing right
show.
now. Please do not come up with $17,000 for me if I die tomorrow. I need it today. So if y'all donate
Like
it
a GoFundMe
today, there's
page
something.
right now.
Yeah, there's something I'm trying to accomplish today. So if you have the $20 dinner, girl, go
And
home
you know
and
what's so
cook.
crazy? This lady asked on Facebook, you got $3,000. I mean, 3,000 friends or followers. If she asked you for $1,
They wouldn't do
girl,
it.
they would
They
not
would
do it. It
scroll
was
past.
about 20 people that sent her a
They
dollar.
would scroll
So
past.
Can you imagine if we
You
all
know
did
why
that?
they'll
We would
scroll
help
past?
each other
But
like
do you
that.
know why we'll scroll past? Because they're gonna look at the number of friends you got and say, if 3,000 people give
Girl,
her
counting
3,000,
your money
she
before
gonna
you
have
even get it.
$3,000. Why you count my
Count
pocket?
in my pocket.
But that's the reason why,
That's
because everybody
crazy.
too busy.
So I don't
worried
know if
about
y'all missed that
the
trend.
wrong thing.
That was actually on TikTok a couple months
Yeah.
ago, and they asked, they just like, I'm just gonna randomly post my cash app if you can bless this account. Homegirl came
But
up
you know
about
why
$60,000.
TikTok
I
thrives
said, well,
like
ain't
you
that
do?
something?
Like that is all
That's
strangers.
crazy.
It's not
Because
too
strangers
many
gonna
people
there you go.
who you
Here,
really
yeah.
know for real.
But
on
I'm saying if
TikTok.
I asked you
It's
for
strangers.
$1, you wouldn't give me $1.
No,
I'd be like,
they wouldn't.
You know, that's crazy.
I thought
No.
she just told you no.
They wouldn't.
I thought she said no
I did
too.
too. I was like, dang, Jen.
Oh, me?
I
Oh,
thought,
no,
I
was
thought
like
she was
that.
saying like, if I asked you $1, you was like, no.
But if a person kid selling a popcorn or
Yeah.
selling a piece of thing, you can share it and share it and share it. That's just like the podcast. It don't cost nothing to share people's stuff.
But you know
But
why I
people
also
will
think-
not do it. And
I've heard the
I don't
craziest
know
reasons.
why.
I've heard people say, "Well, I ain't trying to flood my timeline with
Shut
on my,
up.
my page with a whole bunch of podcast stuff." I've heard people say stuff like that.
Oh, the
I've heard
share
people,
pearl.
yes,
But not
I don't
just the
understand.
podcast. It's anything
But do you
that
gotta
people
clean
Anything
up
that
your
you
stuff?
post.
post to share.
No. That's why I said I've heard the craziest responses.
I mean, that's just
on
like
stuff like that.
if a person you randomly know got married, right?
Mhm.
How many times do you see people share their picture? You don't really. You might see
Not
their
if it's
best
a,
friend. You might see,
if it ain't
a close
over-exaggerated a
person.
show, yeah.
If it didn't turn into a dramatic show for everybody, then they won't be sharing it. Once it become a dramatic show and everybody else sharing it, then you will see yourself
There's a bunch of followers
on your own timeline, because that's how I catch myself on my
Mhm.
timeline. You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
after it then went and everybody see it,
Mhm.
then it's like, oh, okay. How many people watched already the podcast?
Yeah.
We don't see them on here, but they watch
The
it
views,
after.
we see the views.
So the same when you dead. You don't see, they're not
they
seeing
watching
now,
you,
but
ain't
they
reacting.
watching you.
They watching
But
you.
when you're dead, they're standing right over there.
If I die and y'all get a whole bunch of people sharing this podcast tomorrow,
They
y'all better
will.
say don't they
'Cause
not
we
invited to
died.
my funeral
Because you died.
She's
That's
not
what I'm
coming to
saying.
my
And that was my friend.
Yes.
They do not.
And I watched her on Wednesdays. No, you did not.
It's just
Because that's what you go see. I was watching every Wednesday. This is crazy.
It is rough. I think I'm 50-50 on it, because I've had some random people that I didn't even really think would even watch
Me
that
too.
tune
Me too.
in
random people,
every
though.
week.
And those are
Right.
people we
That's
want to
what
get
we
into
saying,
anyway.
random.
And then even my friends, a lot of my friends watch, like even one of my friends be like, I missed y'all last week. What was y'all talking about? And so
I've had that.
I think it just depends. I will say a lot of people in terms of like social media sharing, because I shared something and somebody popped in my inbox like, take that off right now. That's a scam. Like they trying, like some of that stuff you have to be careful
You
with
do.
when you resharing it, because
You
they be trying to get your information. I didn't think nothing of it. It was like a random thing, just like what you saying, Jen. I thought it was cute, and I was like, let me
Marlon
share it
talking
real
to you.
cute.
And that's fine, but we talking about the people that know us. There's 700 people
Right.
on your timeline
Yeah.
that know you,
Right.
and
Maya
they
wanna-
know you doing a
Maya
podcast.
wants to see the good,
So that's
and it is
700
the good.
followers.
And some
It is
people-
good, but we gotta
it's
recognize the
good in
bad
some
too.
people, but the thing is, when you die, everybody gonna be sharing you. Your whole
He
timeline
did just say
is
that.
gonna
That
be
is true.
full when you die. If I died today, guarantee you,
Marlon was just
it's
talking about
so
that
many people that's
Oh,
gonna
that's
have
true.
a lot to say about me, what I did for them, how I was there for them, because I'm there for people. I stand up for people. It's gonna be so many great things that can be said about me. I don't need my horn tooted, because
I'm
I know that
gone.
I do these things,
Right.
but I'm gone. So to come and say, oh, she used to do this, or she did this, or what's wrong with giving people their flowers now? They're only going to give them to you when everybody else giving them to you. If we blow up and come celebrities, everybody want to be in your business. Then everybody want to
Oh,
be
yeah.
seen. Can you come on the podcast? Can you put me on there? Can you talk about me? Can you show this? Can you share this? Can you do this? I sell scrubs. People wear scrubs. You know how many people I know
You know how
that
many
wear
people I pass that
scrubs?
along to?
You
A lot of
know
people.
how many people I see that say,
So-
who sells scrubs? I can say me. I'm
Right.
not, because you know that I sell scrubs. I
Exactly.
didn't
I get
wake
what you're
up one
saying.
day
Right.
and
Woo!
stop selling scrubs. I
Right.
sell scrubs.
Baby,
But
that
the
was me with
audience
them
You
that
want
I'm
to be
bundles.
like
targeting,
me. No, I'm not about
yes,
to say
it's
that.
not
Right.
just, oh, I'm looking for people on Facebook or Instagram
Right.
or Facebook. No, I'm going bigger and
But
broader
that
than
was- you
that.
just said
But
that,
when
fake
it
love.
go bigger and broader than that,
Then
then
everybody will be
those
sharing it.
people are gonna come looking for me,
Yeah.
and that's when I'm not going to be bothered. The
Mhm.
same with when you
Then
dead,
they gonna be like you
they
fake.
they come out for you then, and it's too late.
So, and I've said this before. I'm literally, I don't even know how to explain it for real, but I'm a real natural supporter. And when I say
And
natural
it hurt
supporting,
you.
it did.
It
So
kills
it took a
me.
long time for me to figure out like what it was. And I think it happened once I started doing things for myself.
Yep.
And I started to see the lack of support that I had.
Yes.
And when I say a natural supporter, I mean a real natural supporter. I don't even know homegirl who was selling dinners on such and such, but
you
I saw
bought
people
one.
that was supporting her that I knew, and I'm like, she must be clean. And because I know such and such won't go over there. So I'm gonna support her. I
Right.
don't even know who she is. There was a friend who came and picked up something from my house one time, and she had some lip gloss. I was like, oh, that looks so cute. Oh, I just bought this from this one little girl.
you
She started
gave it
making
to her.
I was like, what's her number? I hit homegirl up on Instagram. 17-year-old girl bought 5 lip glosses from her.
Yep.
When I say there is guys out there I went to high school with, middle school with, y'all throwing a party. If I'm strolling, I may just be like, I'll share the flyer. Like it's just generally inside of me. I naturally support people.
But you
I
get
am not around
tired.
y'all all the
You
time.
get
And
tired.
I'll tell somebody at work and she'd be like, I can't stand these scrubs. I know Jen. I got a friend Jen. She sells scrubs. Like it's just what I naturally do. Even with your laundry business, I'm literally
You gonna
just
speak
doing
on
it
it.
all the
You gonna
time.
speak on it.
Especially if
Literally
you know
all the
somebody
time.
that
So
do
my
it.
support does not always it may not always come from my pockets.
Yep.
I'm word of mouth for sure,
Yeah, for sure.
Because you can't count
And
my
I'ma
pockets and
turn
don't never
people on
determine
to stuff.
exactly and
People
don't determine how I
turn
support
on
you
to
if I
stuff.
didn't purchase
Yeah.
what you have. You don't know what my pockets look like. So
Yep.
I didn't
might
purchase
couldn't
because I probably
afford it.
couldn't.
Yeah.
But homegirl, I
Yeah.
told 17 people
But
about
I-
it.
yeah.
So one of them sales came from me.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So that's just
Yeah.
how I naturally support people. Ain't nobody doing that for us.
No.
Ain't nobody doing that for you.
I mean, they
everybody
not-
not doing
It's
it.
just like now with social media, it's like it has to be popular. You have to
That's
be
what it's
Yeah.
for.
trending.
It
You
has
have
to
to
be.
be. So until it get to
I
that,
was supporting
You
a bunch
gotta
of
have so many
naysayers, a bunch
followers
of
for them
nobody.
to
It's
follow
like-
you. It's
No,
just-
not
yeah.
again.
the
I put that out there already.
the
It would not
support
happen.
just go a long way with being alive and thriving, like just being there for people, it giving people the same thing you want in return. If you want
Yeah.
somebody to be there and support you, that's like when I grew up. When my cousins graduated or whatever, everybody come together. We went out of town. It didn't matter that they lived in South Carolina or Texas or Kansas City. It was everybody packing up because in
But we-
June, this person now
We not being raised like that. We just talked about that last week.
Yeah.
see,
we
I
not
don't
being
know.
we not being raised like that. We cannot expect people to do things like how our grandmothers and our mothers did them, because unfortunately we are, meaning our generation, we are not raising our children like that. And the prime example, if my grandmother was still alive and when grandmama had something, we was all piling. You knew you was going, no matter what age you was. Your
Mhm.
mama was telling you
you going.
you
gotta
going.
go.
Yeah.
Now we asking the kid, well, do you want to go?
Yep. You
And
right.
then they say they don't want to go,
You
or
right,
we ain't
right.
making them go,
Yep.
or then they
You
go
right.
and they sitting in the corner
On their
scrolling,
phone.
they ain't
Yep.
hugging
You
and
right.
loving and rubbing up on grandmama.
Mhm.
But again,
Yep.
as parents, are we checking that? No, because what we want to do, we want to be friends. We want a gentle parent.
Yep.
So we can't get
Word.
angry
Mhm.
about what's happening because we are not teaching these children the foundational things that we had.
You right. You right.
So
I agree
and
with that.
I
part.
100% agree with that.
Yes.
And I think that made me a lot frustrated too. Like when I raised my kids, I know a lot of people don't, but I was always raising mine. You share. You know what I'm trying to say? So when
Mhm.
some other kids come to my kid's house, if you got a special toy that you don't want, he
Put
can't
it up.
poo
Put
playing
it
with, you better
up.
go hide it. You
Put
better
it
go put
up.
it up because if
Right.
I see it and they want to play with it, I'm gonna
Right.
say share.
Mhm.
But I'll never forget, my baby ain't never been back to such and such's house. But homegirl, I took my baby to such and such house, and her baby put my baby out her room and said she's having her a long time. She don't feel like playing with her
See what I'm saying?
and don't want you playing with her toys right now. I just happened to see my baby sitting outside the
And see-
door. It was my little daughter. It was a long time ago. She
Mhm.
was just like, oh, what's wrong with
See,
you?
no-
She said, I can't come in here right now. And you know, I'm just thinking the mommy would say something. The mommy
Right.
said, oh, she gets like that sometimes. She'll let you in soon. Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah,
we got to go. And we
That's-
left. And my
that's
baby ain't never
definitely
been
about
back.
to-
Ain't
about to
never-
make my
yeah.
child
We're not
feel no
doing
type
that.
of way.
And I can't stand that I was always the person who share, do this. And all the parents around me was not doing
Can't
that.
expect it
And
you
I was
out
like,
of
this
you.
new people, y'all getting on my nerves. Like, I
Yes.
don't like that.
It's new because again, we want to get back into allowing.
Shut up, brother. I
Our-
remember.
We want to
Yeah.
allow our kids to have so many feelings. Oh,
Mhm.
they're expressing their
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah.
And then I know we
But where's the
condemn.
discipline? It still has to be
parenting, gentle
discipline
It
in
still has to be-
everything.
It has to be
Gentle
disciplined,
parent.
and we're not really setting them up for the realities
At
of the
all.
world. We're actually really, really
them up
minimizing
for
them and
failure.
setting them up for failure.
For real.
Yeah.
Because we're not giving them the tools that they need. Because
It's discipline in everything. It's discipline in what you feed them. You teaching them how to eat healthy. You tell them to drink water, don't you? That's discipline.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
discipline in everything, and these parents ain't got it.
And so, Gina, I appreciate everything that you're saying. I definitely think it is horrible that we like that. But again, I think we have to take some of the onus of it. Because again, same thing. Back in the day, you had the funeral at the church. You
Mhm.
had the repast in
In
the
the
fellowship
basement.
hall.
Yep.
Everybody brought a dish.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
We
went to a funeral
potlucked
like
it
that.
up.
Yeah.
You know, everybody. But now,
If you do that, you poor.
oh
They
my
didn't
God.
bring the
You don't
plates.
get
That's why I
They
said
judged.
didn't
you
do-
get judged.
I-
You
well,
get judged.
And people so
Baby,
concerned about being
being
judged. So that's why they
judged.
break their
Definitely.
pockets.
That's so.
They
That's
so-
what
But
I'm
you're gonna
saying.
get judged if you do it
If
fancy.
you
You're gonna
or
be
if you do
damned-
it-
damned
it
if you
don't
do,
even matter.
damned if you
They're
don't.
gonna judge
You have to do
regardless.
what's smart.
So it
And
don't
it's
even
like-
matter.
But that's why we stand down here.
Yep.
Because we waste our money on so many things.
Mhm.
And I have my share of wasting money
I do
too.
too. I do
But
too.
it's like the biggest waste is a funeral. It's just like,
I do.
why?
It's a lot of 'em.
It's the big. That's
Yeah,
the biggest waste
it
to
is.
me. Like 7 limos. Why do you need 7 cars?
Sometimes
Everybody have
weddings
their
too.
own car. Why do you
Yeah.
I
need?
said if I
'Cause
ever
I
get married
definitely-
again,
I
And all
would.
of
I,
these
if I could
things.
take it back, I wouldn't have a big.
I
I
wedding.
would not have a big wedding.
I didn't want to
would
do
go
it
out.
the second time.
Nope.
I
I would have me.
Yeah.
I would go out
Private.
somewhere. If you could come,
Private.
that's fine. If you
Yeah.
can't, hey.
private.
But I would
Yeah.
go away. I would
But
not
when
have a
you
big
say
wedding.
that, people be like, "Oh, you hate.
Oh,
They
you,
don't want
you
to."
are, I don't, you know
Sweetheart.
what? Don't come.
I had a
It
pandemic
is
wedding, and
just-
people was very upset at me that I could still mail.
Yeah. If
The
I was
damn
married
government
again, no.
told me I can only have 50, and you do know I gotta split these 50 with Marlon. Like, how are you
Right,
upset at me?
yeah.
Like, what you want me to
Yeah.
do?
See,
Granny,
with the
you
wedding,
can't come.
I
'cause
feel like
Cece
if you
need to
ain't
come.
talked to them in the last
That's
few
what
months,
I said. They ain't
me and my
supporting
husband
you.
thought about that. I'm like,
Yeah,
Auntie
no.
TT that you grew up with. Our son
ain't
is
seen
9.
Who is
We
that?
don't know
Who
them.
is
We
that?
never seen them. They
Who
not
is
coming.
that?
Yes. Like,
Yeah,
but you
no.
have to do
But
that.
the wedding is for you and your man,
Is that
not your guesses. So you spending all that money on that when that could have been a bomb ass honeymoon, a bomb ass getaway, or money to put up for you a house. That's
Mhm.
what I'm on now.
and
Yeah.
my
We put all
funeral
that money
gonna
for a
be
big
for
old
my
house.
So
immediate
I don't
family
regret
to
actually doing my
mourn.
wedding because that was something I seriously just really wanted to do, regardless of who was going to be there and who was going to show up. That was just something I really wanted to do. But now that I'm in a different stage of life, because we all go to different stages. Now I'm in a different stage.
Yeah.
Like,
You
ew,
look back.
I ain't really need that.
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't want that.
Yes.
Now I didn't want that, but then I definitely wanted
Yeah.
that, and I don't regret it. But I definitely would have changed a lot.
Definitely.
A lot.
And if you do like so, and then I could see you charging. So let's say you did a destination wedding,
Mhm.
and that if you want to come, you gotta
Heck
get
yeah,
there.
you gotta
You
pay
gotta
all
get
your
there.
little
You
stuff.
gotta
Yeah,
get there. Now
of
we still gonna
course.
have the wedding little stuff like that, but that I could get with.
Yeah.
my nephew's
For
having
sure.
a destination wedding, and I forgot where he going around to help me. I don't know.
I think that's great.
I think
to
it's
do
great.
I ain't
Yeah.
going. He's very upset with me.
You get a 2-in-1.
You're not going to the destination
I'm the
wedding?
only auntie too. He hates
Oh,
me.
no.
Why you ain't
now.
going
Why
to the
you ain't going?
destination?
I got a real good excuse.
What?
It's my baby's graduation.
Oh,
You're sitting up here
No.
trying to make us see like
Right, because
I know. Listen, what his response was when I said I can't come, he told me, she'll have more.
Oh,
That's my first baby. That's why he acting like that. He was that's my first
she
child. for
graduating
real.
from high school.
Yes.
Tell
I say,
him to
sir,
cut
he
it
told
out.
me she'll have more. I'm like,
No,
because he think
absolutely
he's my
not,
first child
nephew.
for real. He should be ashamed
He
of
cannot
himself.
miss that.
He's not mad for
Aw.
real. He
I
just
know.
he's super mad though.
she disappointed.
But don't you
Yeah.
hate when stuff like that happens? It's like
Yes.
something
Something fall
always
on
got to
something good,
fall on
fall on
the
something.
same.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was definitely using that trick. Where was it? He don't even know. But
I don't even want to
yeah,
think
we was
about
going.
prom and graduation again. I'm so sick of it, y'all.
Well,
I got
that's my
3 in a
that's
row
my year.
with
Like
2
y'all,
more in a
did your
row.
baby get her dress made?
Yes.
Please send me who did it if
Okay.
you recommend. I'm having a hard time with the people. Whatever.
Girl,
That's a whole nother
Is it this year?
conversation. Yeah, no, she graduate this. What is her senior year now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's
Yes.
a senior.
2025.
Yeah.
Girl, shut up.
Yes.
TT is not.
Yes.
This her this year.
Yes,
Well,
this
2025. Like this
Yes.
school year is her.
Yes.
And we behind already with the dress people because apparently you got to get in before they get booked up.
All you do
You
is just put
do.
the deposit
You
down.
just yeah.
Yeah, but you got to pick a person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
gotta
trust
pick
nobody.
a person.
I know
got one
somebody
girl
too.
I got
who
2
I
people,
ain't
a
mentioning
girl and a guy.
nobody's
And I got
name.
one
Yeah,
too,
don't.
but
But I got one lady who said she'll do it for this particular price, but her price was like, super low from everybody else's. And I just
And
felt
then
like,
it's
is this a
scary.
scam? Because how everybody else is charging this
Did
and
you
you
see that
way
her
down
dress is
here.
made?
Yeah, but how I know you made those?
That way
yeah.
too,
So
that
if
part
you
too.
feel like it's too good to be true, then
It just feel like too
probably
good to
is.
true. And I was just like,
If
oh,
it
this
feel
is
like
a
it's too
perfect price.
good
But
to-
ma'am, you
Yeah.
tricking me.
If you feel like it's good, or do your research. Just
I
research.
have
maybe
been
she just-
harassing her clients. And no
Maybe
one,
she just
Oh well, see.
see what I'm saying?
It'd be a blessing.
No, I had one person
Yeah.
respond was like, "Oh yeah, my dress is beautiful," and then
Oh,
she
you
was a
did?
kid, but I was just felt like, "Why you responding
Did
so
you
fast
see
with
some
all of this
pictures?
information?"
Yeah, that's
What
what I'm
kids
saying.
you know
Did you
doing
see some
that?
pictures?
Did you see
No,
pictures?
I did.
just do your
Oh, but
research
she don't know if the
some
pictures
more.
is her work.
I don't
though.
know.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
anybody can post that stuff.
She ain't got no.
I've seen some stories like that
Yeah.
about
It's
wedding
just
dresses
not-
being made. And
It's just
the-
not.
didn't know how to make
I
it.
don't know. My
I'm
stomach ain't
still.
right
I'm
with
still
it.
stuck on.
But I would prefer to
that
pay
she
that
was senior
price
next year.
before the other
Hey.
person. Yeah, see.
Me and Jen just
I'm
went
really.
through this.
I'm old out
I'm
here.
not
in
ready
these
for
Done
this.
streets.
for a couple of years.
Okay.
Baby.
I mean,
I got a 7th grader. Got time.
Okay, so back to your topic. You said something about what she was saying earlier. I was trying to comment on it, but y'all was yelling at
What?
each other.
What was?
I was. Who
No,
was
we
so
saying
wasn't.
that?
you talking about we was young.
What I say? You know, I
That's
be
why I
saying
was
a
shutting
lot.
up. I'll play it back
What
for
did
y'all
she
because I was
say?
over here like,
What?
let them yell at
I,
each other.
I don't know. It's just
Y'all
We
know I be
always
trying to
yelling
be.
at each
I be going back to that toxic positivity. Probably.
you know
I
she
was-
wanted to be.
You are
Yes,
toxic
You know I be.
is.
You know I was probably over here.
Deep
7,000
toxic
friends, and she talking about they shared it. Ooh, we can see
Right.
the shares.
She get on my nerves.
I'll have-
They did it.
But that's okay, Maya. We gonna
I
take
mean-
that.
I
we
mean,
need
you
that.
should.
Yeah,
You know,
homie,
you
gotta
gotta
take
take-
some of them to real because this is not cool.
You gotta take, you know,
We gonna take
every
it.
little
You need a
bit.
friend like that.
Every little bit. You know, every
But
little
I
bit
just
counts.
think in our community we have to start prioritizing life insurance.
We
We
do.
have to.
And
We
I can link a
cannot
few people that I know
keep
to help y'all.
leaving
Seriously.
that burden because it
And
is
maybe
a
we should
burden
have somebody come on the show and talk about
on
life insurance.
people
I know a good one.
when you pass away, because that's why the fights start. That's how all the families get into it, because everybody
Feel
want
like
to be
you're
in
doing something
control
with the money.
and everybody want to do
Just
this
all
and
that,
that.
making sure you got
You
your
need
will
to
in
have
place.
your stuff in order, saying who, what, when, why, and where.
And
Yep.
it's a scary conversation.
It's
I'm
a
not gonna
sc-
lie.
it
It's
is,
very
but
scary.
It's
it's
one that
necessary.
you know
Necessary.
exactly gotta have. It's nothing else that you know.
You know
gotta have.
why? Because you
don't
made
know
that
if you gonna
resume.
get
You
a-
knew you was going to go apply for a job. You took the time to
know
make that resume.
that day is coming.
Take that time to do
If you
everything
don't
else.
know any other day,
It's
that
not-
one is coming one day.
Mhm.
So why not prepare for it? I always talked about it, and my grandma said, "Like you crazy," and I'm no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
That's
It's
right.
not
When you
something
start
I
off
bring
saying,
up. Yeah, it's definitely not something I would
You
just
know,
bring up.
but older people
No.
they didn't talk about that.
They didn't.
They didn't want you to talk about death. She thought I was crazy if I say stuff like
I did too when people would
Yeah,
talk about that.
and
I'd
it-
be like, I don't want to talk
they
about that
think
right
it's
now.
I don't
weird,
Like,
but
I,
it's
don't
like-
I don't like when my mama talk about it now.
I don't either.
I don't like
I be like,
why?
girl.
Only
it's the only
because-
thing I talk about.
I
My
mean,
anxiety is
because number
horrible.
one, she already done told us, so we don't got to keep revisiting.
okay, well then yeah,
We
you
don't
don't
gotta
gotta-
keep revisiting.
well I revisited,
But
too,
she
and
want to make
Corey
sure.
be like,
She
okay,
want to
I
make sure
know.
we know.
Right.
I be like, well, I don't want them coming after you because they
Yeah,
gonna
she
be
want
like,
to. She want to make
ain't
sure
say
we
that.
know. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it just makes some people just, some people don't handle death well, so it kind of makes it a little bit more real if you having those conversations. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say avoid them. You definitely need to have them, and
Or
you
put it in
definitely need to
place
make sure
for
that you have
yourself.
things in place.
Put it in place for yourself.
And you're right. Like
you don't
said, the old
necessarily
school-
have to have that
Our
conversation.
old school generation just don't want to have that conversation.
And then
my brother, my mama
I've
had
never
a
heard
whole
about life
fit
insurance
about
when
it.
I was younger, like I do now. Is it because we're older and we're around this age or something?
No, it's because we seeing it so much
Oh,
now, and
And we are the first
I mean, I
generation that's breaking a
always-
lot of curses, y'all.
but I
We
hear
are.
a lot of people say all these things been going on, and it just wasn't social
Yeah.
media, so you just didn't see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it was 700 people getting shot up in one weekend worldwide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't say that
Right.
because that's what happened last weekend worldwide. 700 people.
Really?
Like, yes, from the teens that got shot in Alabama to the stuff that happened here. Not all of them died,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
shootings like I don't think things
I definitely
like
didn't
that.
think it was still happening.
the
I
gun
do.
law
I
is
do. I
terrible.
think it was
Mm.
really much more happening. I just don't think we see it. We
And I'm sorry,
just see a lot
our
more of it now.
our older generations were a lot more prepared than we are. The bottom line is we're just not prepared, and we're not trying to get prepared. We too busy worried
you
about
said they
what's
was more
happening.
prepared.
I
no,
think
they weren't
It's social
prepared.
media.
I mean,
don't-
yes,
we can't
they
keep
were
blaming
prepared.
everything on
It
social
is.
media.
It's social media.
It's not. We
It
just,
is.
we
It's
just
social media.
Well, you're right.
we can't keep blaming on social. You
But
know
that's
better.
the reason.
It's the
We
reason.
do.
We didn't-
They
we wa-
know
we didn't have
better, but they're
technology like that.
trapped. It.
So
I
you can't
saw
put it down.
They can't.
Girl,
It's
no.
an addiction.
It's an
It's an
addiction.
It's an addiction.
You can put it down if you want
It's
to.
you cannot.
Just
It's
like
an
somebody can put that
addiction.
cigarette
Or-
down that
Yeah,
bottle.
it's
down.
an
It's a
addiction.
real addiction.
It's an
You know what?
addiction.
We using so many excuses.
Social
No,
media
I'm
is an
telling you, social
addiction.
media
Okay,
is
so
an
let's go get
addiction.
some help for it.
Okay, well
Go
then
get
they
help.
need to.
Yes.
Whoa, ladies, we are on a podcast. We cannot
Social
detach
media.
from social media at this time.
I mean, I know you can't, but
I'm
I'm
just
just
saying,
saying
we
us,
wanna
we
use-
cannot.
We want to
you
keep
have to
using.
be able to distinguish
Right.
reality.
I'm serious. If we didn't
But
have
we
all this,
can't
I bet you
keep
we'd be in
using-
so much focus
we
on other
can't-
stuff.
fun.
So much funner, so much focus. Your kids wouldn't be doing half of the things they doing.
You
would be
you
a
letting
better
your
world.
kids do that. You letting your kids
You're
do
right,
that
'cause
I
because you
gotta
didn't
give
have to
it
introduce
MJ.
your
You
kids
did-
to social. We got to stop.
Well,
You didn't
no,
have to
MJ on
introduce
that.
your kids to social media.
The
You didn't
thing
have
of
to
it
give
is,
your kids
I
that
think
telephone.
so
You didn't
many
have to give your
people-
kids that iPad.
We
But-
still got to remember too.
So-
Times it still has changed. No,
Yeah.
a lot of
Your
kids
kid
don't
need
play
a
with
cell phone,
toys
though.
and stuff.
Why they
like
don't
that.
play with
definitely
toys?
need a
Because
cell
you gave
phone
them a
this
cell
world.
phone.
No, well,
Okay, because my kids still play with toys today.
Mine
No,
play
I'm
with
not
very
talking
long
about-
time.
no, I'm not meaning like for real. I'm talking about a lot of these kids. First off, it starts with us. Like
That's
I
all
was
I'm
upset
saying.
with MJ that he's been in the house on his Roblox forever. Like that's all he know.
Mhm.
Put it down. Go outside. It's a whole trampoline out there. Like you know what we would have
Yeah.
did on that trampoline if we had that in our backyard.
Girl, they be
Please
like,
go
it's
use
hot.
it.
But
Yeah.
did you give
Oh
him an
my
option?
God,
did
Mom!
you
There's
give him an
bees
option?
outside.
It's hot.
I know
But
he's
did-
different, but
So
still.
when he said that, did you say, "Well, okay, baby, you ain't got to go outside"?
No, baby.
Because
That's
I done put mine out
That's
and
Marlon.
locked the door.
That's
We
Marlon.
do.
You gotta
but
stay
it
outside.
most definitely start with us. But this is what I'm
it
gonna
definitely
say.
does start with us.
When you battling against, you have everybody around them with a cell phone. Okay, I'm going to the cell phone. So the cell phone now is like almost a tracker.
It
So
definitely
it's like,
is.
to me, is like the most important piece. Now, what they use the cell phone for, yes, we can monitor what they use
Right,
the cell
absolutely.
phone for. But it's like the things that they put on the cell phones now
Are useful.
is to make things better. It's just we using them for
That's
the wrong
that's-
reasons.
My point.
Can you stop your kids from being on social media? You can tell them
You can tell
not
them,
to
but
be
they
on
still gonna
social
do it
media,
behind your back
but
if
you
they want to.
really won't know if they
Yeah.
being on social media a lot. So a lot of
Why
people
you
probably,
ain't gonna know?
I'm saying
You can't
they
you
might
ain't checking that
your
phone?
I do.
24 seconds.
I
You
check
ain't checking no
phones.
phone?
24 seconds.
I
Yeah, you
check
can check
phones.
So then you can
You
see.
can delete stuff too.
No, it's a
Oh,
you
please,
can really
baby.
look at
You
the
can-
social media and see how many hours.
Well,
you spent
now
on there.
they have it where
Absolutely.
you can lock
And
And
up
I
the
turn.
apps.
I used to
your
turn my daughter
phone.
phone
You can
off.
turn their phones
Yeah,
you
off.
can turn it
You
off.
lock
I have
up
all of
apps.
it on my phone.
Yeah, you can
do
turn
all
it
of
off.
that.
Can't get
The
away with
apps
nothing.
too.
You can
Yeah,
do
you can
all
put
of
timer
those
on all of
things.
that stuff.
All of that. All
But
of that.
what
I
I'm
turns my
saying
Turn it
is-
off.
I turns my
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
I
off.
be from my bed.
I
You
turns
still
my
on that
Wi-Fi
phone?
off. Oh, you ain't in the
You
bed
can do
yet?
all that. Yeah, you can turn your
Yeah,
Wi-Fi
yeah,
off. You
you
can.
can.
All that
But-
is just controlling in your household. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's all you can do is controlling your household. But now
When they
with
get
the
outside,
phone,
yeah,
they can Safari Google anything.
definitely.
So now their minds.
You can
is
put a limit
more-
on that too.
You can put a limit on,
Mhm.
but if the person next to you don't have a limit on it,
At
what
all.
I'm saying
That's what we
is
saying.
that's
Whenever
how they
leave.
get in these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So it's like your kid might not
Mhm.
go on this site. My kid don't got Snap this or
But that's how you learn
Snapchat
stuff
or
from another person.
at this age,
Mhm.
my younger
School,
one.
work.
But that don't mean he don't know all about it. He know all of the stuff on there because his friends got it. This person got it. So a lot of people, you might allow your kids to get these social medias. You still supposed to check them.
Absolutely.
But it's so many things out there now to hide things, to
Definitely.
protect them from being able to see stuff.
That's why you gotta
a
stay
fake
hip.
calculator. It is.
And I'm
It is.
not-
That's why you
can
gotta
add
stay
this,
hip.
add that,
I be
Like
trying
even
my
with
best.
Instagram,
so
was
it's
the
like
shit.
you
What
will
is that? The
but
private
what I'm
friends
saying
list
is
now?
you
Shit like that.
constantly
I
be
ain't know about that at
fighting,
first.
trying to figure out what they doing versus saying, look, this what we doing.
Yeah.
This how you respect yourself. This what you
Mhm.
should be doing, and this what you shouldn't be doing. And not saying, oh, because everybody else doing it, your kid
Agree.
gonna
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's
like
what I'm
what I was
saying.
just telling Maya about, you know, on Instagram, how you got the close friends. Like I didn't even know that was a thing until like
Yeah.
that's like 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's
And
too
TT put
many
my daughter put me
ways.
up on game, and I was all in her phone looking. But you got half the friends on there showing their boobies and the
Yeah,
close
Yeah, you got to
friends.
check all. Yeah,
You gotta
was
check
like,
everything.
oh.
That's
to
a
be-
close friend thing.
Girl,
A
Where you can
private
only
page
show
where
you
if
only
they
show
So
certain
your
stuff to your
Instagram, you
close
can just
friends.
only
Only-
share it
they
to the
can
people
post
you
it in
want
that
to share.
certain
to.
story.
Yeah,
Oh,
story.
see, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So with the kids, they just have a lot of outlets to do these things.
And
They
there's
do.
nothing wrong with the outlets, but we have to, as parents, because we want to be gentle and we want to be friends, we are not teaching
Nope.
in these kids anything.
Mm.
And then they are missing some of the foundational things that were paramount in us becoming the people that we are today. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying they ain't gonna still sneak. I'm not saying they ain't
'Cause
gonna
we
still
snuck.
mischievous. They're
We
gonna do
snuck and
all of
did
those
stuff.
things.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
if we want
it's
things
just
to
out there.
change, we have to start instituting some of these things that our ancestors gave to us, and all of those things are really missing.
That is
That's
what's
what that
missing.
To the
poll was
point
about
where
last
I'm
week.
so
To
mad.
your point about
I'm so
funerals.
mad. I wanted to
And
go
I think
back.
again, to your point about funerals, to your point about celebrating things, if the kids say they don't want to go to Pookie's birthday party,
We let
then
them
we
stay
gonna let
home.
them stay home.
Not me. I'm taking
Like,
my
I
that's
be
ass
making
home.
them go now.
You
I
gotta
just-
make them go.
But at a certain age, you can't. So it's
what
like
age is that? Grown and out your
And I
house?
was just
Grown-
about, you took that just out of me.
grown
At a
and-
certain age, you can install all that in them. But if
And
they
they
don't want to
still
do it,
don't
Maya, they
have
don't
it.
want to
They
do
not
it.
gonna
if
And
they
then
in
when-
my house and I say we going over
if they
grandma's
get out
house,
your house, baby,
then
when they
okay,
get,
when you get out. But while you in my house, if I say we going
But
over
I'm
grandma's
talking
house for the
that's in grown,
celebration,
we talking about
adults.
grown, yeah.
but if you show them why they're in your
That
house,
don't mean they
nine
gonna
ti-
stick with
they
it.
may
they
not,
not
That
gonna
don't
but
stick
mean
with
they
it.
9
gonna stick
times
with
out
it.
of 10 they will circle back to it. And I will use
Yeah,
They'll
they,
circle
I
back. I'll
circle
circle
back.
back.
I
Full
circle
grown.
back.
You
I
right.
agree.
You
I'm
right.
not
circle
saying
back.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
saying
agree.
when they get out, they not gonna do
Yeah,
stuff.
right,
And I
yeah.
can use
They'll
my
circle
son for
back.
an example right
I
now.
was just about to say
I
that.
thought my son was just out of his rabbit ass mind. Excuse my French. And I'm like, where did I go wrong? This boy ain't listen to nothing I done told him in this house. Since he has been gone away from me,
Now he hears
he
you.
is moving
know-
in a way, and
he
I'm
know
like,
looking.
oh my God, the
He
boy
gotta
was
stand on
listening.
his own. He got to
So
learn.
again, sometimes it takes for them to go out there, but if we not teaching them because
Definitely.
we so busy trying to be friends or be
Yep.
trying to be gentle, we trying to be nice, then you're right. When they go out there, they not gonna know which way to go.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying they not gonna mistake their
Society
mistakes when
forcing
they
you
get
to
out.
be nice and gentle. You can't even really do anything. They allow them to do anything. They can wear nose rings to school. We couldn't do that. They can wear short skirts. We couldn't do that.
Belly
they can wear
tops.
tie-up shirts. We couldn't do that. They can wear red hair. We couldn't do
I
that.
know.
They can wear big earrings. We couldn't do
I
that.
I
So they
literally
can wear
have
their
never
toes
letting all that
out.
stuff out with my
They
baby.
can do
It
that.
ain't that I was super strict. It's
We-
just
And
I done
now,
had that baby. So you
they-
ain't
But
doing
just
that.
because the school allow it,
Yeah,
do that
be
mean you
mindful
gotta
of
allow it?
no, I don't. But I'm saying that's why it's out there.
Right.
Because of the gentle parenting. Because we
Right,
have
exactly.
parents who say, "Oh well, my kid feel like
We
they
just
need
talked
to
about that
express
last week. We don't want these
themselves.
kids
Right.
interrupting our
So-
peace.
They don't want them to commit suicide because that's a big thing now. Everybody's so scared. Oh,
So
they're gonna
I'll-
kill themselves. So I'm gonna let them do whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
Because if I say
leave me
no
alone.
as a mom, they gonna get depressed
Yeah, and then
and
we worry
kill
about,
themselves.
and then they gonna call. What's they call?
Or
What
they gonna
call it on the
call
CPS?
CPS.
I be
on
telling
me,
them, call
baby.
me.
Tell them to
Trying
come
to
pick
come
me
get
up.
the
because I ain't
kids.
let
I
you
was
get
so
a no.
mad
I
at
agree.
Miss
Now
Last
I'm
week.
in
be like,
trouble because
call.
I'm trying to parent the
Baby,
correct
call.
way.
because you
And
said
that's
no to a
another
belly
reason,
top.
You better hope you don't need
You
to call
can't even parent the
911
way
to
you
get you
want
an
to
EMS.
because you will get in trouble. The kid go to
Child.
school and lie to the teacher. They done call
Child,
the police
I
on
done
you.
told mine several times. Call. Here go the phone. You say you want to call who? I dial it.
I've
up
done
for
that
you.
so many times. I'm
I'll
like,
dial
you
it up for you, baby.
Look, my kids who says they be looking like we know what's gonna happen if we do go somewhere
Yeah.
else. You trust me,
Exactly.
this
It's
is
not
kingdom
gonna be
here.
the
But
same.
it's
Okay.
just the love is still just the genuine love is
I agree.
missing.
I agree.
Like
Yeah.
the genuine love now is miss. Nothing feels genuine.
I
Everything
agree.
is what I do for you. What I do for you. What I do. It's nothing genuine. It's nobody.
That's how I feel with
going
dating.
above and
Oh.
beyond for
Oh,
anyone other
Tit for tat.
than
That's just
For
saying.
sure.
if you for sure.
For sure. Mhm.
What I'm gonna get out of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not, oh, I'm gonna just post
Yeah.
this because I like it. I don't know who she is or
That,
what
see,
or what
that's
she
what I'm
doing.
talking about.
I'm gonna just
I'm so tired.
I
of doing
like
it.
that. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna post it. I'm not gonna wait until it become popular. That's just like Dr. Bryant
Oh,
yesterday.
she,
Now
we
she's
cannot start
popular.
that.
Why?
Dr.
We
Why?
can, oh, we
Because
gonna have
she
to add
ate
that
up
baby.
Cam Newton.
And
But-
Nick
Oh yeah.
Cannon.
I didn't know
And
she was
Nick
a doctor.
Cannon. She's a
She ate
doctor.
them up,
That's
baby.
what I'm saying.
I'll
but-
send y'all the clips.
I thought
she
that was
brought
her
out the
man,
little
though,
boy
Cam
in the both
Newton.
of them.
Right,
Oh, I
but
don't know. I'm
That
And
ain't
I
her
like-
man,
who?
Cam Newton.
That ain't no what?
Her
It's-
man.
No,
No,
that's
Dr.
not her
Bryant.
man.
Oh,
No,
you thinking
she
about
made it
Jazzy
very
girl.
clear
No,
that
no,
she's
no.
single. You
Think
talking
No,
about his
the girl, the baby mama.
baby mother.
Got
Who
it.
is
No.
Dr. Can I
Okay.
pause? Can somebody
So
just tell
I'm
me
gonna
who
send
Dr.
both of y'all
Bryant
these
is
clips
first?
because this is gonna be a
She's a therapist.
conversation.
Yeah.
But she's a
She's a
therapist.
therapist, who
And she
he
ate
felt
them
like
up.
couldn't therapy him because
Mhm.
she never been married. She didn't have kids, and how you gonna tell me about any
Oh,
of that?
okay.
And
Girl,
you
ate
never
that.
did it.
Ate
Yeah.
that up.
And
Oh,
you know,
okay.
people don't like to hear that.
She did Nick Cannon as well.
Separating
She did.
when
Oh,
you
yeah.
have multiple children, it affects. Like
Mhm.
I said, it affect me. I'm in the same house with 5. I can't give all 5 of them my attention
Yeah.
at the same
I agree.
time. I have
Yeah.
to. Some days this person might get
Mhm.
90%. This person might get
Tell TT
one.
that.
this
Mhm.
I hope
person
she
might
listen.
get none because
Mhm.
they might not need none of my
Yep.
They might
attention.
need
And
it
you
right
know
now.
who needs
Right,
the
right.
So
attention.
each kid require more. And what she told him is when you separate these homes, these kids be lacking from day one. And we as women, we don't understand that, or the men.
True.
Because it's
When,
both fault.
It's both.
It's
I'm gonna
both.
post those two in our things. I just want y'all to just listen to how she did Nick Cannon and how she did him. When
About
I
them
say
spreading all these
'cause
kids
yes,
all
Nick
over the
Cannon
place,
has a
and it
nice-
affects
he has a
And he
real
said- and he
nice
said it
show
works out for
called
him.
So Nick Cannon has a really nice
That's
show.
the sickest thing ever.
It's
to me.
called
Because
Council Culture.
but he says
does
it
a really
works.
good job on
I
there.
think it
It's a
does work
podcast,
for
ain't it?
him, but it,
So
it
it's a
definitely
TV
doesn't work
show.
for
Oh,
the
it's-
children.
It don't work for
Yeah.
his children. It worked for him. He's selfish.
And
Who you
It
talking
don't
about?
work Nick
Yeah.
Cannon.
Right.
He's
So
selfish.
listen, very much so.
It works
So
for him.
he has a little show called Council Culture. It's pretty cool. I like it. But when she ate Nick up, baby, she brought out the little boy in him.
Mhm.
And I think that aggravated him and Cam because you saw how both they got real immature.
Yeah.
Because when you
And
see them
real
in their other
defensive.
interviews, they real smart.
Because you
They're
know
calm.
why?
They
They
want to
used
kick
to
it.
being
They're
able
nobody
to-
challenging.
control.
But they used to
Challenging.
being able to
Mhm.
women like her.
Yeah.
They think they can buy
Like she
them.
said, those low
They
vibration
can't-
women.
Yeah.
They're used to that type. And even when they have other
Uh-huh.
conversation, they know how to manipulate the conversation to seem much, put together. But when I say she
She ate them
she
down.
therapy
them
them.
up.
She brung them down. She chewed
Yeah,
them up,
she
and
most
both
definitely
of
did.
them showed the little boys inside of them. It
Mhm.
came out. It was so immature. It was so unattractive. And I like Nick Cannon, but when I say that whole thing, it was just
Because
like
I think with
ugh.
Nick, he think because from what I see, he's present. Of course, he got money, so
can afford it.
he can
Mhm.
afford it, and
He
know,
can't afford to be present with all of them
At one
every
day,
single
every
day.
And that's
day,
what he
different
think.
states,
He
different
thinks that's
places.
okay.
It-
but
But
he
the
think-
What
ladies
about when
allow
you
it.
have a bad dream, like
That's
she
what
said,
she was
in the
saying.
middle of the
Yeah,
night?
But
yeah,
You
like she
want
told
your
him,
daddy.
you got with a bunch of low vibration
They
women that
allow
allow
it.
that. That
It's
is not.
cute. And
So
they
you couldn't
post
get
it.
with a high
And I
vibrational
saw
woman
a
like
man.
you.
Ooh,
and
I
think
just
that
didn't
was
feel
okay.
like arguing
Yeah.
because it was 3 in the morning. But he was on TikTok and he like, all y'all women on here talking crazy. Any one of y'all had Cam Newton, baby.
Boy,
Not
bye.
at all.
Cam Newton couldn't get me pregnant
Couldn't
with
get
none
none
of
of
his
it.
at all.
millions. I'm not being no man's ninth.
Because they think
Baby
money can
mama.
buy you.
Like every
That's
woman
all it
cannot
is.
be bought.
It's
It don't work
it can.
like that.
It just doesn't work that
Yeah.
way. And
I
most
don't
men
even
don't
want to
believe
entertain
that.
you if you got
Most
8
men,
baby
I don't
mama-
even.
8 kids.
First off, I can't entertain. I don't even.
'Cause you ain't got
Listen,
nothing
I was
to
so
give me.
I can't
You
even
don't even got
entertain
no
you if I
money
think you got
left.
too much money.
You
'cause I
ain't
feel
got
like
nothing to give
what's
me.
that word?
No.
You arrogant. I just
Yeah.
it's certain things that just do not attract me to a certain
Yes.
man. So I don't care how much money you got. It just
And
I
then
don't
they-
entertain
and
you
they
just
gonna
out
keep
here
saying it too. They
you just
gonna
out
keep
here
announcing that
procreating.
they got money.
very much so. So I still got to come back to what you said when you started off by saying the love. It shows a lot more in depth. And what about how a lot of us are just not having family reunions no more? Like you said, the family will show up to the funeral, but no one's showing up to family reunions. We
Yep.
really having big get-togethers.
Yep.
Is they putting them on?
They
They
are.
doing what?
Are they putting the family reunions? Because
Yes.
I ain't seen one.
I ain't
my
seen
my
it.
family have
do-
a
that's
family
good.
reunion
I think
every
they did have
year.
one.
We have a family picnic every
Everybody,
year.
That's
we have a
good.
winter one and we have a summer one every year. I haven't been going to them the last
That's
couple
what's
of
up.
years. I was out of town, but
we
then
ain't
I
had
came
one
back.
in so long.
It's just a lot, but they have them every single year.
Mhm.
that people don't come.
No, not no more. A lot of people don't show up.
So
But
I-
when someone passed, baby, the
Everybody, they be
funeral
showing.
line gonna shut down from Gratiot, from downtown all the way to 10 Mile and Gratiot if somebody passed away.
I think a lot of our family reunions has been like really far away, like in Alabama, mostly where the older folks was at, and which respectfully we probably should travel there.
To go
Instead of
see
making
Big
them
Mama.
come travel to
I'm-
us.
yes.
I
So
agree.
I'm guilty of that. I have
Big
not been to one, and
Big
honestly,
Mama
I don't
was
even know
holding
when
it
they have
down.
them.
Like if you had a Big Mama was holding it down.
Yeah.
And actually, I just had this conversation with my mama because she always fussed that all of her kids don't come around, like we don't gather collectively. And so she said some other day, she was like, "But I know it's probably because I ain't like my mama. Like I ain't Big Mama. Like
She ain't cooking
ain't.
and
Like she
doing
might cook
all of the
occasionally,
things
but
and-
she,
yeah.
she moving and shaking too. She still
Yeah,
working. She
still,
travel.
yeah.
So I think again,
That's a part of it.
that's a part of it.
Yeah.
We don't have no more for real live Big Mamas.
Yeah.
Somebody gotta do something.
Somebody got to
something.
do it.
My mama.
Yeah.
Somebody
I've been
gotta
complaining
step
about
up
it
and-
all month. That
I-
she needs to be ashamed.
I
of
be
herself.
telling my
She
mama.
should be cooking every other
I-
Sunday at least.
I
Come
asked
to
her, I'm
your
like,
house
"Ma,
so
you need to."
can cook.
They should be looking at me like you ain't cook. No,
That's
I need my kids to
I
come to
mean,
your
and
house
everybody got
cook.
their own lives now. Don't get
They
me
do,
wrong.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't
Yeah,
show up for
yeah,
everything, but
Right, but she
support
definitely can do that because she
goes
keep being in my
a
house on
long
Sunday.
way.
Yeah.
Like
So we can just
support
come to her.
is
We need them Big Mamas
so,
back.
so
Right.
small. Like it's the
I can't
little
wait to
things.
send this little clip to her.
Because I think honestly, I think
can't
if we
deal with
had
this.
if we
We
had some
need
for
Big
real
Mamas
live Big
back.
Mamas, Jen, it would help with the funeral issue too. Because Big Mamas will be telling you, "Child, you better not be doing that
My
with your
grandma
stupid
think
ass."
that's the
You know,
stupidest
Big Mamas.
thing ever. She be
Yeah.
like, "Girl, I went to that friend. They had that boy on the damn Rolex,
That's what you.
and they gonna take it off of them, and
And they
when
gonna
they
steal
get ready
it.
to put
Right.
them in the ground."
But see, I think we missing the Big Mamas.
But you know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
say one thing.
But
I
that's why
think
they
we
say
have a
when the
lot of
grandmothers and
selfish
granddaddies
moments
pass
too.
away, that too.
Because I had
That too.
one, and I'm gonna say this: when my grandma passed, a lot of things was going on. Like I said, people go back and forth with wanting to be in control and all this. And she had a bracelet, and I buried her in it because it was one of those everybody fighting over it. And people don't understand the sentimental value of what things mean to the person that might have purchased it for them. So
Yeah.
when you have people coming in and it's like, well, this my mama or this my grandma or this my this and this my this, and everybody fighting and want to be in control, it got to the, well, put it on her and let her. So I think a lot of people probably go through that where it'd be like, okay, well, I'd rather them bury them in it than this person have it or this person have it. We talking about just a little Pandora bracelet, but I think about those charms all the time and what it would have meant to
to
me to
you
have
as
that now
Yeah.
versus me being in a selfish moment and burying her in that because of all what
The
was going
chaos.
around.
But if that was me, I would just give it to the person
around.
that purchased it.
But people
It's got
don't think
sentimental to
like
you.
that.
My mama
People
said,
think
my mama said she's
about-
selling all her stuff because she don't want She don't want my mama. Honestly, she don't want none of the mess that could probably go on.
That
So
because
she
it
said
go
she,
on.
She said if she
You almost got to name your drawers.
if
Oh
she
my
so
God.
if she
Because
isn't
people
just
want
ridiculous.
everything.
Everything. She said
They
if
want
she isn't-
everything.
if she isn't taking instantaneously, she's selling it all because she does not want that for any of her kids. Like
I
she don't
agree.
even want that. She says she's selling it all.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. I agree.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie Jack.
It has
Yes,
to
we
be
but
need
fair.
Big
but you know
Mama.
what? If somebody
Right.
do try to take over, because I'm not gonna say tried to take over, but if somebody try to be that person and say, I'm a cook, I'm gonna do this, people take advantage of you. And I think
They
Big
don't want to talk
Mama,
about you.
but I think Big Mama allowed
Big Mama
they
didn't care.
they allow people, that's what I was about to say. They
Mhm.
allow people to run over them.
We take everything to the
we-
to the
they-
extreme.
they
To the
just
limits.
listen, I'ma be
We ready
there.
to go for it.
But Big
Everything
Mama-
is
They
all-
just was, I'ma
Yeah,
be
we
there.
ready to fight. We
I'ma
just
be
can't
there
take
regardless.
it.
Yeah.
Wrong with
We
it.
don't
Big
have to
Mama
cut
had
us
that
off.
spirit. That's what Big Mama wanted. She wanted all the kids around. So
Yeah.
whether she had to be in the kitchen from sun up to sundown, whipping up them greens, picking
Yeah.
up, cooking
And
them
we
by
too
herself.
quick to I don't
And
need
then when we
nobody.
get together, we all laughing, and it was all
No,
worth
but
it
with
for
our
them.
generation, it's
yeah.
like they always want to have something at their house. They doing too much. This
Yeah.
person want
She
to be
just said
control.
she
Why
thinks
they
she
don't
all
wanna
that.
do- Yeah,
Why I
so
gotta be
it's
at
like,
her house?
so
Like, you
now-
ain't doing it.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
The
So
points
it's
of
like
it all,
now
y'all.
it's like everybody just be like the hell with all of them. They
Yeah.
not gonna, and
That's
that's
so
why
sad.
everybody
Yeah.
family
I pray that every
separated.
time it's can
And
get
it
back
started
together, y'all.
conflict.
We do got to bring it back together. The support should be louder than Before I Die. If you know us, please share our podcast. Do not share it after our day. I swear to God, I will come back and haunt you. I will be in your dreams like you ain't
And
sharing
y'all don't
I was
want
here.
Crystal to hunt
You're gonna
y'all.
be hearing all kind of shit when I come. So whatever. But thanks for tuning in. Give people their flowers while they here, and we are out. See y'all next Wednesday. I think we're gonna have a guest next Wednesday. We probably gonna be in here arguing, but we'll see
Like,
what happens
share, subscribe. Facebook,
Like, share,
Inside.
subscribe.
Podcast on Wednesdays.
on Wednesdays.
We getting dirty next week. ain't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
gonna make
messy,
it messy.
I mean, oh Lord,
Not
no.
messy.
Crystal
Gonna
want to
make
be
it
messy.
messy.
Y'all know she
Because
want
we
to
gotta
be messy.
we gotta be messy a little bit.
Okay.
Sometimes for the
Bring the
sometimes.
mess.
All right. See
Good
y'all.
night, y'all.